It's the Aviators and the Patriots under the lights on Sunday night.
Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here come the Patriots now on offense. Leading them out, someone who took the league by storm last year is the most famous Mr. Irrelevant ever. From Iowa State, it's Brock Purdy.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass. He wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Throwing on second down, it's Purdy. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. You look at this defense. They've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team
under pressure, and down he goes. That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Hardman on the return. Powering his way forward. And touchdown! 72 yards on the punt return. And the Aviators will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, they were going to get excellent field position either way. but that's even better.
So in other words, being comfortable with field position, that was going to be okay. But sometimes being greedy is the right way to go. And boy, they take it all the way back, put it in the end zone. A great way to get started for them.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now this is going to be a quarterback draw. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That second down play nets a -4. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Throwing here, Purdy. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And it'll be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. All told, they get 13 yards on that play. Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that first down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough with a lot of polish, a nice little bumping. This guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Here's Fields. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Aviators have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field.
So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. Play action. It's Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown! Luke Musgrave with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Aviators are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. A handoff to Harris. Harris to begin the drive. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 15 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
A second down throw for Purdy. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And that will set him up in excellent shape. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew. And it's caught. Touchdown. Luke Musgrave. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Aviators are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Purdy. That's into the hands of Reynolds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
A pass there complete to Sutton, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 21-0 our score after 1.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Purdy. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Yeah, that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, 54 yards. And the Aviators continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0, Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them, so I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. New England trying to get a place on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Let's go.
2nd and 10. Here's Purdy. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust.
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Kenneth Walker with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Aviators have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. New England's offense set to go. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill him for a loss.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. It's taken to the 26. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Trying the left side with Walker. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Ken Walker with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Aviators have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position and only one play to score it. kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. New England trying to get a place on offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of the sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the up. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. Or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe. But I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue on that. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing on 2nd and long. Purdy forced out to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. And here's Ryan Wright now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at about the 28. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. Will come the offense as they take over. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit.
Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in for the touchdown. Jalen Waddle. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Aviators will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now a hit and a loose football. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on 1st and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Fields now to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jamison Williams as the first half is winding down. And the Aviators will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
63. Patriots nothing. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Pats going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. From the end zone, here comes Williams. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense. Not a bad day at the office there. Maybe he would like the catch number to go up a little bit, but I think most guys would say 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. That's okay.
I think if the catch number goes up, we start talking about the record books because at that pace, this type of efficiency, oh, yeah, I think I'd throw it to him a little.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Kenneth Walker, 65 yards. And the Aviators are pouring it on. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger. quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. On first down, Purdy. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Now a give. Running left is Harris. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Miles Murphy, he's the one who got in there and hit him for a loss.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On second down, this is Harris. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. Play action. Now Purdy. Able to find the open man. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. His guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he's got this down to the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Ken Walker, 35 yards. And the Aviators are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Patriots nothing. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. New England's offense set to go. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Purdy looking to throw. Buying time to his left. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's fourth. And here's Ryan Wright now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Fielded at the 20. And just shutting him off there. Shoves him aside. He's a bulldozer. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And they will take over first and 10. Running left is Walker. Twisting away. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Kenneth Walker, 28 yards. And the Aviators get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Patriots nothing. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Maybe a little over anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Justin Fields keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And the Aviators will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Patriots nothing. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. New England trying to get a place on offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Tariq Woolen with a great play to get him for a loss.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. This is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Back to throw, Purdy. Staying on his feet. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Will Anderson in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
The offense on third down tonight, just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This will be third and forever. That's caught by Marquez Callaway. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Williams to return. And now off to the races down the right side. And this will be a touchdown. What a run that was. 88 yards on the punt return. And the Aviators continue to pour it on here in the fourth. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And he won't quite make it to the 25. New England's offense set to go. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Purdy now on second down. That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And there he goes again. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases. Offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Straight ahead, Walker. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His fifth touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say fifth touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. New England trying to get a place on offense. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Purdy now to throw. Targets and finds Reynolds once more. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing here, Purdy. He completes this to Sutton. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 1 now. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Whoa! It still won't go down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 211 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And going right back to Walker. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Here we go, Scott. All right.
On the give, it's Walker. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team is imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. New England's offense set to go. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Purdy's throw into the hands of Reynolds here. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Let's go now. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Purdy. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Looking to throw. Purdy. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
A second down throw for Purdy. Ertz over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Honolulu, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.